Welcome back to Japan After Dark.
I'm David.
I'm Alex.
Today, the black episode.
Black beer.
Black cheese.
Black garlic.
Black garlic man. Yeah.
Hardcore.
Red.
Today we're going to start off with some black beers.
Black beers?
Yes.
Do you like black beers?
I do. I can't drink many of them. They're pretty heavy.
Yeah, they kind of fill you up pretty fast, I think. So,
yeah, so if I'm in the mood for something like that, something with a bolder, like heavier taste, I tend to have only one or two and then kind of...
Yeah, if I drink this, I'd drink like one and then change to a super dry or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's kind of like a dessert almost. Or, you know, some of them feel like a meal replacement.
Well, in the UK, Guinness is a meal replacement. So
yeah, I've heard stories. So in Japan, you can find black beers pretty easily in certain months of the year. They tend to be most common in the fall and the winter, I believe. It's kind of like a seasonal thing here.
Yeah, I've seen these two before. I've only tried this one before. This one looks a bit harder to find, I think.
Yeah, and for me, it's going to be my first time with all three. So to quickly overview the beers we have today, again, they're all black. Our first one, being the cheapest, this is a Sapporo Mugi and Hop Malt Liquor.
Mugi.
Yes, so like wheat and hop. And again, this isn't technically a beer, but it's like the cheaper beer alternative, basically.
Substitute
Yeah.
beer.
And it was the cheapest one on our list for today. Our next one here, the Asahi Dry Black. As far as I can tell, this is the black version of the standard Asahi Super Dry. So I'm expecting something heavier, more bitter.
The can is quite different. So the silver can for Super Dry is very, how would you say? Everyone recognises it immediately.
Yeah.
But this looks like a completely different thing, but it has Super Dry written at the bottom. So
Yeah. It in a way it doesn't really stand out as much as the standard. And our next one here, this is our special beer for the day, I suppose. This is a craft beer from Matsuyama, actually.
It's expensive.
Yes, the most expensive. This is Dogo Beer. So David, can you explain what Dogo is?
Dogo is a small area of Matsuyama. I think we mentioned it on some of the other episodes. It's most famous for its onsen, or hot spring, which is, I believe, the oldest still operating hot spring in Japan. It's one of the reasons people actually come to Matsuyama.
Yes, domestically it's very well known. Within Matsuyama City, where we live, it's one of the higher end neighborhoods.
Yeah. The streets are very clean. It has that kind of pebble street style with like Japanese ryokans or inns.
Yeah.
Very high level hotels. I heard some of the rooms go up to 70,000 yen per night.
Yeah, it can be expensive.
Yeah.
And people who live in that area tend to be, from what I've heard, old money. Like being from the area, like, you know, generations back.
They're also old.
Yeah, that too.
But it's a really nice area to look around. I especially like the shopping arcade, the Shotengai.
Yes, they have a very nostalgic shopping street.
Yeah. If you like Ghibli, they have a Studio Ghibli store there. You can
That's
buy,
right, yeah.
You can buy like Totoro things and things like that. Of course, a lot of souvenir shops. You can buy mikan or tangerine stuff and alcohol. Local alcohol.
Speaking of Ghibli, the very well-known Ghibli movie Spirited Away.
Oh, yeah.
The hot spring in that movie was partly inspired by the hot spring in Dogo, where this beer is from.
Have you been to the Dogo Beer bar before?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
I tried one variation of this Dogo beer at the shop. Not this one though. I tried like a brown ale.
So which one are we going to try first? Then?
Okay, so today we're going to start from cheapest to most expensive.
Oh.
And we're going to give our thoughts and a quick review, maybe on a scale of 1 to 5. And afterwards, we're going to rank them from best to worst.
Okay.
I think I can assume what my ranking is going to be.
I think you could probably guess mine as well. So.
Yeah. So we're starting with the Sapporo, Mugi and Hop Black.
Do you want to say your ranking now before we start? Like what your top 3 going to be?
Okay, I think it's going to be 1, 2, 3.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, number 1, Asahi. 2, Dogo. Stout. 3, Sapporo. Malt liquor.
Okay.
I imagine this is going to be slightly too heavy for my liking.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm pouring one out. Pouring one out for my homie. That is quite dark.
So, while you pour the drink out, we're actually also going to try 2 black snacks today with these drinks.
So, David, can you explain the snacks?
Yeah, this one is cheese tara black. Very big black sign here. Cheese tara means cheese cod. And basically, you'll see this in convenience stores, not the black one, just a regular cheese coloured one. And it's a strip of cheese with 2 pieces of cod, like a sandwich. So it's actually called cheese sand or cheese sandwich. So it does have like a fishy taste with a cheesy taste. It's pretty probably like 100 yen snack in convenience store.
It's one of the typical like old men snacks, along with the kaki no tane that we reviewed previously.
It's a bit chewy, right? It has like a chewy texture to it.
Yeah. Like dry on the outside, but
camembert in the middle.
Slightly more moist in the middle.
Yeah, like a brie or something, or a camembert or something like that. It's very unique, so I didn't know about it until I came to Japan, but it kind of works, I think.
It's fine.
With alcohol. It's alright.
I'm curious about this one though.
Today this is a special one, so I found this in Don Quixote. Do you like Don Quixote?
I do, yes.
It's
the Walmart of Japan.
It's a very unique shop in Japan, so if you go to Tokyo or Osaka, definitely check out Don Quixote. This one is Ika Sumi Aji, so squid ink flavour. And this was not expensive, this was about 150 yen, so I'm curious, do you think it's going to have a squid taste or inky taste? Or
I don't think so.
it will taste like the regular one, this is just a gimmick?
Yeah, from my experience, food products in Japan sometimes use squid ink as an advertising gimmick.
That's true.
For example, even at McDonald's a few years ago, they had the squid ink hamburger buns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like probably
bread or rice bun?
I think bread.
Bread, really. Yeah. Like black bread.
Yeah, so like the whole hamburger was black. I forgot how they marketed it, but it was basically squid ink color.
Like I sometimes have squid ink pasta. It's fairly popular in Japan. Like in Italian restaurants here, it's quite popular. For me, it doesn't have like a very strong fish taste. It seems like it would be a stronger taste than it is.
Right.
So that's why I'm a little skeptical this is going to have a strong taste.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It could just be food dye for a win. So.
That's true.
And the other snack we got this purely because it has a black packet.
Gotta keep it the theme.
But this is a Ninniku Man Senbei, so rice senbei, a rice cracker, and it's flavoured with fried garlic. But the character is pretty cool. Ninniku Man. I'm expecting this to be quite strong with garlic.
So
the dude on the front's got like muscles and things.
Yeah. So why do you think the labeling is all black?
I don't know. I kind of thought they would make it all black because they would maybe use a black garlic, which is recently a popular thing in Asia. It's a little more expensive than garlic and it has a very strong umami taste but not garlic taste. So that would be interesting. But I think it looks like this is just made with regular garlic. I think it's supposed to be like a manly snack. Fried garlic, mussels, senbei. Old geezers like senbei here too, so yeah.
See, on first glance, this looks not like a malt liquor at all.
Looks like Guinness. It smells like Guinness.
It does.
Yeah.
Come back.
Cheers. Come back.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Very easy to drink. Like a slightly kind of lighter Guinness, right?
Slightly lighter.
Yeah.
Same kind of like caramelly taste. Caramelly taste.
Yeah. Again, I probably couldn't drink a lot of it.
No.
Like one cup like this size would be enough, I think.
Yeah, it's still quite filling.
Yeah. But for the price, this is not bad.
I'm kind of blown away by this.
Yeah.
I had no
expectation.
Well, I had expectations, but they were negative expectations.
No expectation that this would be drinkable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had no hope for this, basically.
But Sapporo tend to make good products.
Yeah.
Like better than Suntory, for example. So.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Yeah, man, I approve of this. So technically, this is not a beer. So I'll be rating this based on it being a malt liquor. And in that category, I'd have to give this like a 4.5, I think.
Really?
Yeah. It's good.
I have a feeling this is not going to be on number 3 now. That's a ring.
It still could be.
I'm afraid for Dogo if this is better. So you could literally save like over 400 yen.
If that's the case, we'll just delete this episode.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's pretty good. I will go a 4 on this.
4.
Yeah.
Is that within the malt liquor world or within beer as well?
The whole world.
Damn.
Yeah. Including Cospa.
Okay.
Cospa is cost performance.
Now, technically, this is a budget beer too.
Yeah. This would be at the really cheap end of the refrigerators, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in Japanese supermarkets, it goes from cheap to most expensive. They're not mixed. You've got the low class, middle class, high class.
The supermarket I usually go to, on the left-hand side, they have the standard beer. Like the premium standard beer.
Oh, okay.
Standard price beer. And then it goes to like the clear beers. Like the low carb or whatever. Then they have, like your malt liquor stuff. Like less and less expensive. And then they tend to have like 0% alcohol on the end, right? Or somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a gradient. Price gradient.
Mm. I've
mentioned this before on the show, but the craft beer market as well is kind of expanding more than before. I'm willing to bet it has to do with Corona. More people are staying home, so more people are drinking at home. Therefore, companies can market, new things to people.
And they're bored of the Japanese stuff, so they want to experience some foreign stuff now.
Again, this is just speculation, but I've noticed in the past year,
especially like Southeast Asian countries like Singha or Leo, Qingdao, like you're starting to see those beers in more places recently. How about next we try the Asahi?
Asahi, okay.
Alex, Which snack do you want to try first? I feel like the more classier one would go with this. But neither are classy, so
The cheese.
The cheese with this one.
Something tells me
we should build
do
up
the garlic first.
We should build up to the cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta earn the cheese on this show.
Okay, so we've opened the Ninnikuman G garlic chips. I'm not sure what the G means, but and surprisingly, I thought the actual fried garlic would be like powdered into the chip, into the senbei, but there are actual whole garlic chips in here.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising.
Yeah. Looks a bit more well made than I was expecting.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't really sure what to expect with this one.
Yeah.
But
it's a very intense smell as well.
Jeez, no.
Very strong garlic smell. I'm getting the impression there's garlic also on the senbei. So it's like double garlic.
I will say though, if I were in charge of the marketing for this, I wouldn't market it as black. Based on the smell, it would probably be brown.
Sweet. I'm going to check it out without the chip. So just the senbei.
Okay. Quite strong.
Yeah.
Quite dry.
There is garlic on the senbei.
Mm.
Yeah. It's having that it's leaving that burning garlic, like if you ate raw garlic.
Mm. I'm not getting a burning.
A little bit.
But I'm getting it's drying up my throat a little bit.
That's probably because I eat raw garlic at home.
I would actually imagine a black beer would go very well with this.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Yeah.
What's actually in this? What ingredients?
Lots of garlic. So there is fried garlic, garlic powder, garlic seasoning, another kind of garlic powder, salt, shrimp.
I thought I was getting some sort of
wheat,
seafood flavor.
Soybeans. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a very slight shrimp taste or something. Yeah. I'm going to try it with the chips.
I see what you mean now about the burning on the tongue. Yeah, I'm starting to pick up on that. Okay, so our next drink is the Asahi Dry Black.
Definitely more head on this thing.
Yeah. A very chocolatey colored head to it. Like chocolate milk almost.
But no, it's thicker than the Sapporo.
It is, yeah.
It's heavier though.
This one is obviously the beer.
Yeah. This one is closer to food than the Sapporo.
Yeah. The flavor is very similar, but this one is much heavier.
Mm. They're kind of closer than I expected. Although there's a price difference, obviously. This one's a real beer and this one's not, so...
This is about what I expected for this.
Yeah. It tastes more like a real beer than the...
These two being so similar, I'm very surprised that this one was as good as it was.
Yeah. So I'm guessing this one is going to maybe make you like this one more, maybe.
Yes, actually. Yeah, surprisingly. Surprisingly, the malt liquor version is higher calorie and higher carb.
But this tastes high calorie.
It does.
Right?
Yeah. It's strange, dude.
Should we do scores on the snack?
Yeah. I would give this a 3.
3, really?
Yeah. I enjoyed it. 3 for me is, good,
for this kind of snack.
Yeah. I usually don't eat lots of super garlicky things.
I think I go 4 because I like strong garlic stuff. So I said I eat raw garlic at home and Korean lettuce wraps and with yakiniku and things. So, and I like the burning sensation in the background.
Yeah, it does match very well with beer.
Definitely not date food, but this one.
No, definitely not. Okay,
so Asahi Dry Black.
Dry Black. I give this a 3 as well.
Me too. Yeah,
it's good. Nothing extraordinary. Okay, so next we have our Squid, our black squid ink cheese. Yeah, I'm not sure which one is more shocking. The like jet black that's on the package.
I kind of find the jet black less shocking than this.
Yeah, this one is more like a.
This one looks like this one died.
This one's like a dull, like
licorice color?
Dull, matte, gray color.
It just looks like black plastic. So
yeah, or like
off black,
like black rubber,
matte black. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Some shredded tires or something.
Yeah.
So. Well,
all right.
I think we may end up eating more crazy things on this show than this. So,
this is just level 1. Okay,
let's try it out. Cheers.
I don't know about you, but this tastes like your standard, like cheese.
Sandal.
Snack.
Cheese time.
Yeah.
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 As I expected.
Yeah. So
tastes like the regular one.
Yeah, the whole black thing is just a gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
If you're too hardcore to eat standard cheese, then you can get this black cheese. But...
yeah.
No.
It's basically been designed to put people off wanting to eat the regular one. So, maybe this company has like a vendetta against cheese tallow. They're going to destroy cheese tallow.
Actually, I would give this a better rating than the garlic snack.
Really?
Yeah. But
holy moly! Right.
For transparency, I'm more of a cheese guy. Are you more of a garlic guy?
No, I like both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is much better, I think.
This cheese is from Denmark. It's Danish cheese. Yeah. So they're using Danish cheese with some kind of Japanese squid ink flavour.
It's quite good. I'm not getting any like squid ink vibes to it besides the color.
It doesn't even have like that much more of a fishy taste than the regular one. It just has like a little bit of a cod fish taste.
To be honest, I'm not getting a fishy taste at all from it.
Really? You don't get that from the normal one?
I do.
Really?
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised by the malt liquor, Sapporo, and I'm pleasantly surprised by this cheese sandwich snack as well.
It definitely tastes way better than it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like something
that
went bad like a year ago.
The taste is okay.
Yeah.
Should we try out the Dogo Beer with this? See how it goes.
Let's do it.
So first we've got to take this little kind of cool little label off on the top. So it just says Dogo Beer, Ehime Matsuyama Dogo.
So by far, this is the most premium item in our episode today.
And on the front it says, 1 gulp of beer taken just after a bath is the time when you feel beerist refreshed. Most refreshed. The mo and the st have beer in the name. So how you're supposed to read that. But
So obviously this is referencing the hot spring.
yeah, I would agree with that though. When I go to a hot spring, it's always on my day off, of course, and I always go to a hot spring after. I always drink a beer after going to the hot spring, or have a glass of sake or something.
I always drink milk afterwards.
Milk?
Yeah. Like those little glass bottles of milk you get in the little vending machine at the hot spring. Have you tried milk after?
I have in one hot spring.
It's super relaxing, dude.
Yeah.
Like you just want to take a nap.
I like
Sometimes
beer after hot spring.
Yeah. Usually milk. Milk is good too after
Milk with whiskey.
hot springs.
Yeah. Joke. There you go.
All right.
Let's crack it open.
So this is the darkest of the beers offered by the Dogo Beer
The
Company.
blackest.
Yeah, the blackest.
Blackest. It's the black episode.
This is the stout.
Okay.
And already
It's the blackest.
it is. It's the blackest
Blackest of the black. This is.
of the day.
At the bottom, it has a slight caramel kind of colour. Cheers.
Wow.
Whoa, it smells very complex.
Wow.
Complex. Yeah.
Wow, what is that? Oh my gosh.
Like chocolate or something like that.
That is deep. That's like expensive cologne deep.
Yeah.
Like we might have to try to break this down before we drink it.
It does have that kind of
What is going on with this?
aftershave kind of alcohol. I don't know. What percentage is this? Oh, 5%.
Okay.
Chocolate,
5%, no.
berries, and aftershave, something like that. Woody as well.
Yeah,
something.
it's sweet but woody.
Yeah. Let's try it out.
And it's not overwhelming.
No.
It's soothing.
Pleasant.
It's like a soothing scent, but borderline strong. I wouldn't call this a strong scent.
But we did say there's lots of old money in Dogo. Smells like old money. If it was a
It
beer.
kind of smells like a rich old man's drink.
Yeah. Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Kind of has like a nostalgic smell to it.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm
Cheers.
excited for this one. Cheers.
It's more carbonated immediately than the other two.
It's more carbonated.
It's fizzier.
The flavor is more complex.
Yeah. Still heavy. You wouldn't be able to drink a lot of it. No way.
I can't stop smiling. I'm blown away by this one. Wow. This one is obviously not a cheap beer.
No. It has
It's-
quite a strong aftertaste as well.
It's very apparent this is
It's
premium.
sitting in my mouth. Right?
Mm.
This would be good after an onsen, after a hot spring, I think. Yeah.
I've put off trying this Dogo Stout for many, many years now because I assumed I wouldn't really like it. I assumed it would be too bitter or too heavy for me. Today I realized that was a mistake. This is a very good beer. It is well worth the 500 yen that it cost for a bottle. I think I enjoyed this better than the other Dogo beer versions I tried in the past.
If you buy it in Takashimura, it's 600 yen in the department store.
Really?
Yeah.
So the price fluctuates depending on where you buy it.
Yeah.
I'm sure online it's even worse.
Oh yeah, 1,000 yen. Maybe.
No.
So if you come to Matsuyama, if you want to drink this, get it in a convenience store.
Yeah.
Outside of Dogo, it's a bit harder to find. We got it downtown today.
Mm.
But if you go to Dogo, they all have this. So. Do you know they have a Dogo beer curry?
At the restaurant?
No, convenience store.
Really?
Like an instant curry.
Yeah.
You heat up in a packet.
I didn't know that.
We should review that. with the 3 others.
Sounds good. We'll have to do that with the Dogo Beer, of course.
Yeah, yeah. The 3 other types of Dogo Beer and the curry.
Yeah, nice idea.
Yeah. Like if you added this to like Japanese curry, it would add some crazy depth. You know, you had like wine to bolognese or something like that.
It matches very well with the cheese.
Probably more expensive cheese would be better.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be black.
Yeah, maybe this with like some camembert or brie or something.
Yeah, something like some kind of...
Or peanuts or something would be okay. Nuts or something with this.
Peanuts too, yeah.
Cashews or walnuts or something would also be good. I think cheese does go nice with this.
Like a very strong flavored cheese.
Yeah. Should we score the cheese?
I'd give the cheese a 4.
4.
Yeah.
Right. 3.5.
Okay.
I think you like it more than I do.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm surprised by that.
I think it's your surprise because the way it looks.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
If you want something unique,
yeah,
and cheesy, it's pretty good.
And looks cool on YouTube.
Yeah.
Dogo Beer Stout.
Okay, so I gotta be honest.
I think I know what your score's gonna be. So.
This was my 3rd surprise for today. I was first surprised by this malt liquor, the Sapporo. I was next surprised by this cheese, and more than those two, I was extremely surprised by this Dogo beer. I did not expect to like this at all. Before we started, I think I said this would be like my number 2 or number 3. What did I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was completely wrong. This is number 1 for me. This gets
No, you said 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
So you said Asahi, Dogo, Sapporo, I think.
Okay. I'd give this a 5. This is a 5-star beer.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Just the aroma is insanely complex. The flavor too is quite complex.
I've not had many beers quite like this, to be honest, in terms of the aroma particularly. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, what do you think?
That's what I think it's going to go.
So show me one more time.
Dogo, Sapporo, Asahi.
That's right, yes. So my ranking would be, for me, the Dogo Stout, followed by the Sapporo malt liquor,
Mugita hop.
yeah, followed by the Asahi Dry Black. I think your number 1 is the Dogo Stout. Number 2 is the Dry Black. Number 3 is the Mugi Hop Sapporo.
No.
No?
I'm the same as you.
Really?
Really.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Because if I can buy this for like 100 yen cheaper, I'd rather drink this.
Yeah, it's insanely good value.
Yeah, I can't really taste a huge difference between them, to be honest with you. This just tastes heavier to me.
Yeah.
So, and I'd rather drink a lighter one. To be honest. So,
Me too.
yeah. So,
With my wife, when we review food and drinks privately, we have our typical 1 to 5 or whatever scale, but then we have a separate scale, the next tier. We call it kami level. Things that exceed 5 stars.
really?
Things that you can't even compare to other things. This would be a kami level beer for me, for sure. It shouldn't even associate with with these two.
You guys are comic high, so me and my wife don't have any levels, so we just drink it and go to sleep. So
if you enjoyed what you saw today, we may do another part 2 of the black episode at some point.
Later in the year, probably when the black beers are more available.
Yeah.
We will search out some other black snacks, black food as well. Yeah.
If you enjoyed our episode today, please consider giving us a like. And please consider subscribing to our channel. We have a lot of things coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
Lots of new content. Lots of original content. And we are doing 3 videos a week.
Yeah. If you want to talk to us in real time, please check out the live stream on Sundays.
Yep.
It usually goes out around 8 p.m. Japanese time. So, yeah, if you want to join, please talk to us, give us a comment, request, ask us a question. It'll be fun.
All right, and until next time, I'm Alex.
I'm David.
See ya.
See ya.